Let's start our story at the beginning. God created the earth and everything in it, even you. God loved his people very much. But soon the people thought they knew better than God, and so they began to do things that they shouldn't do. And this brought sin into the world. Sin separates us from God. But God had a plan to heal the world and to restore his people. In time, God led his people to a new land, a good land. And then he taught them. He taught them about himself, and he taught them about living together, and he taught them about sin. And he taught them how to live by giving them laws and special traditions. He taught them his promise that he would one day restore them all. Sometimes the people forgot the things God had taught them, and they ended up in trouble. When they called out to God, he rescued them by giving them special leaders. Some were called judges, mighty leaders with incredible gifts that pulled their people back to God. Some were kings who were strong and wise and ruled with God's authority, guiding their people back to their God. Sometimes, even the leaders forgot the things that God had taught them. Then God sent special messengers called prophets to remind them of his lessons, his love for them, and his promises. He reminded them of his promise to send someone to rescue them. The people waited. Then, one seemingly ordinary night, the special someone arrived. His name was Jesus, and he was God's own son. The baby grew to be the special leader and teacher that God had promised all along. As he grew, Jesus lived an incredible life. He healed people. He walked with people no matter who they were. He accepted love, big and small. He welcomed everyone. And Jesus taught people how to be part of God's special kingdom right here on earth. He wanted them to be free from their sin forever. But there were some who were afraid of Jesus. They didn't want to give up the way they were living. So they arrested Jesus and they put him to death. But not even death could stop God's great promise to rescue his people. And Jesus rose from the dead. He came back to life, and his special friends, the disciples, continued his work, starting the church. The church grew and grew and grew, and pretty soon people all over the world were learning about God's plan and about his special son Jesus and what he had done. And now you get to be part of Jesus' church. This is your part of the big God story. Jesus is alive, and working right here with you and your church family. But there's one more part to this story. God has another promise that He hasn't answered just yet. That one day, Jesus will come back and make everything new. The earth, the sky, even us. Then we will get to live with Him forever.